And so we see that there's an effect because of this abortion. Schools, there's no, the children are not there to repopulate the school once the other kids graduate.
Well, like
and
you
so
mentioned,
it's an effect that the schools are starting to now shrink down. You see neighborhoods are starting to shrink down because of this.
you mentioned 2 weeks ago, Del, that the babies that we are aborting are now being replaced with dreamers.
That's
Right.
right.
Exactly.
Foreign
That's
babies.
right. Yeah.
We're destroying our nation. I would really like to ask, though, that people go to my website, www.janicedaniels.com, and look at my expose on the Planned Parenthood rally that we had in Warren, Michigan. I've posted a lot of interviews. Ron Edwards, Denise Edwards, Allison Lorkowski. They all gave some very good comments about why they were there that day. So I would encourage everybody to go to my website and take a look at what we've posted on
And
that.
let's not forget our political apparatus that we have set up in this country. People like Nancy Pelosi have said that we need immigration. We need immigrants to pay for our Social Security. Yeah. Every person in this country should have been angry enough to understand just how insidious this political machine has become with the killing machine that they've established.
And guess what? You know what? See, people don't even realize that we need that replacement numbers. Yeah. They don't realize that, you know what? I never thought about it like that. I just mentioned it to somebody. They never thought about it like that. That we still need a replacement.
That's right.
We need people replacement. Matter of fact, liberals don't tell you that people reproduce people.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to have at least two to replace the mother.
Yeah, a man and a woman.
You gotta have
Oh
two.
my God!
You know what? You really need four because we're gonna have some that's gonna be taken out. Some people have a shorter lifespan.
Oh, he's not talking about four.
No, I'm talking about because of diseases and so on and so forth. But here I want to change gears, and we're going to get to our call in just a minute. Trump versus Ramos, and Trump and Ramos. It was something that happened with. Can you video number one for me? And I want you to comment on this. Number one, Derek.
Okay, who's next? Yeah, please. Excuse me, sit down. You weren't called. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, you don't. You haven't been called. Go back to Univision. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, that's good. All right, so here, Ramos. I want to. What's your theory on Ramos? Is Ramos a reporter?
No.
Okay.
He's a political commentator, much like we are. Mm-hmm. And I.
Oh, wait a minute. So you saying he's like Sharpton? He is a Sharpton.
Yeah.
He's a political activist.
Yeah, a community organizer.
He's a community organizer too.
Exactly.
And so he's not a reporter, and he wasn't asking Trump a question, Mayor. He was really making a statement, making a comment. Matter of fact, he was trying to filibuster him. He kept saying, you can't deport 11 million people. You can't this. You can't. He said, wait a minute. You're not going to filibuster my meeting.
Right. Right. Well, you know what I think Ramos is he's a liberal lunatic with a magnificent motor in his mouth.
Yes.
That man can talk and talk and talk and talk, and yet he kept saying the same thing. Yeah. You can't deport 11 million people. You can't deport 11. And then we've got commentators like Megyn Kelly and Rich Lowry who get up on their high perches and say, oh, how could we do this? It won't work. Yeah. We're not even trying.
No.
We have to start trying to clean up this country and get it back to the rule of law that we were founded upon, that made this country so great.
Now hold on to that thought. Now, Derek, number 5. Now, this is how insidious this has become, because there's a person by the name of Clinton whose polls are falling like the wind, and so she have to come up with something, some rhetoric, and this is the kind of rhetoric that she's come up with, to defend Ramos, but also to try to really trying to hit the GOP, to try to show that the GOP is extreme. Go ahead. Number 5, Derek.
Well, I'm
Now
glad you
listen to
asked me
this
that,
right here.
because I know that there are some on the other side who are seriously advocating to deport 11, 12 million people who are working here. I find it the height of irony that a party which espouses small government would want to unleash a massive law enforcement effort, including perhaps National Guard and others, to go and literally pull people out of their homes and their workplaces, round them up, put them, I don't know, in buses, boxcars.
Okay, there it is right there.
Yep.
So this is how she think this is a strategy
Well, how did
to
they get here?
make. They came in boxcars. They came on top. We seen them riding on top of
That's
trains.
right.
And
That's
so, yeah, the
exactly
Trump
right.
don't have to. We don't have to round him up. We want him to self-deport.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
They
go
made that
ahead.
a bad
I'm sorry.
word.
Well,
They
you see how the liberals do it?
Yes.
She sets the stage by
Yes.
saying 11 million people who are working
Yes.
here.
Their
Not,
workplaces.
not 11 million people who are sucking our system dry.
Yes.
Not
That are
11
illegal.
million
That
people
broke
who
our
are
law.
illegally
Yes.
in this country. 11 million people who are working here.
Well, let's
and then
not-
she creates this image of us acting like Nazis.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Creating that image.
But
Yeah.
let's not forget what she said about their workplace, their
Yeah.
houses.
Oh,
now,
that's a
here's-
good point.
Here's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens. They broke the law when they crossed into the border.
Yes.
They broke the law when they got those jobs. They broke the law
That's
when
right.
they got those houses because they had to use identity fraud to
Yes.
get the house.
Uh-huh.
They had to break the law that says that you have to be a citizen to get a job. So they're breaking the law with the job. So this is identity fraud, and so they've broken the law 3 times, and then they want to talk about anchor baby and make that a pejorative. But what about the fact that they are not? If they keep saying, "Well, give us another word for it." Trump said it. And,
You're right.
Well, I got the word illegal trespassing.
There you go.
That's
There
what
it
the deal
is.
is.
There you go.
So
That's what
let's
it is.
work from
Call
there.
them what exactly what it is. Yes.
You illegally trespassed into another
Uh-huh.
country, and you use identity fraud to procure a job and a house.
Yeah. Well, I want to say again, our legislators are working for the wrong master because in coordination with all of that, the big foreclosure crisis
Yes,
that we had
yes.
that was perpetrated by our government and their actions, they then gave those foreclosed houses to refugees
Yes.
that came over.
Yeah.
What is this?
And that was a big part of the financial loss in the first place.
Exactly.
You remember the ninja
yeah.
mortgages? You know
Absolutely.
What did
no
that stand
income,
for?
no assets.
That-
I had
Yeah.
people come into my
What was
office.
it called again?
Nina, no income, no assets.
Well,
Nina,
okay.
and there's Ninja maybe, but
Yeah.
no income, no asset. I had people walk into my office and say, well, I work, I just get money under the table,
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
looked at them and I thought to myself, no, I don't know, because I pay taxes on the money I earn, but of course I didn't say it because
Yeah.
I would be called politically incorrect.
Yeah.
And that is just, I'm so glad now, as I keep crossing over issues, I'm so glad that Trump has made political incorrectness popular.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk about that, but first, let me clear the line. Let me give it to Bruce. Bruce, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Dell. Good morning, Phil, and good morning, Janice. How
Good
are
morning.
you?
Good,
I'm wonderful.
good.
Thank you.
Good. It was Janice. It was great to see you out there in Warren the other day. Wasn't that crowd just amazing? I would never have dreamed that we get 600 people there.
It was so energizing, Bruce. I was just so happy.
Yeah, and it was just like both sides of Van Dyke. I mean, obviously, most of the people were on the same side as the so-called clinic, and they were like 3, sometimes even 4 deep. I mean, you could barely walk along that sidewalk, couldn't you?
I know, but I have to clarify. I was happy to see the crowd, but
Yes.
I was not happy because of the issue that we were confronted
Yeah.
with, that we are confronted with.
Exactly. And we keep hearing from these butchers, these Mangala types that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, that it's not a human being that's in there. Well, then what are they trying to get out of the body that they can make use of and sell on the sell to these STEM research places?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
A dog, a cat, what? You know?
Yeah, humans have humans. Absolutely.
Right, you know, and I'll be speaking about this on Tuesday or Wednesday night, September 2nd, up in your neck of the woods, Janice, at the Shields Pizza location on Livernois and 15 Mile. So that's right around the corner from you, I guess,
Oh,
right?
good. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll be there.
That's the Campaign for Liberty meeting, and they've been kind enough to allow me about maybe 25 minutes to talk on the subject of the book as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody out there. And if anybody in that area or is out where you guys are can make it, I know it's a bit of a ways from Ypsilanti and Arbor out to Troy, but please come on out. You know, this is where the book is getting closer and closer to publication, and you know, I'm just ordering information for folks who want to find out more about it. But I'll be giving hopefully a nice overview of everything that's in the book. And I got to thank you guys for your support and over the course of this project. This has taken like almost 3 years to complete, but people that have seen it. Portions of it, they think it's great, and they think it's something that's very, very desperately needed in this day and age, especially.
And it's timely.
Bruce,
Yes,
no disrespect. We're coming up on a break. We got a guest on the other side.
Okay,
we're going to
great.
have you back on. We're going to have time to talk about your book. Thank you for calling this morning.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see
Talk
you out
to you
there
soon.
September 2nd, Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock sharp at Shields Pizza.
All right.
All righty.
Take care, guys. God
right.
bless, and
All right.
thanks again for everything.
All right. All right,
right.
so here, before we're going to be going to a break soon in a few minutes, but here, I just want to mention that this is from the Immigration Reform blog. It says illegal immigrants send home $50 billion annually, but it costs taxpayers $113 billion. They send home $50 billion. They cost taxpayers $113 billion.
Yes.
So these are two net losses right here.
Exactly right.
Two net losses.
We're the net losers in this.
Absolutely.
The taxpayers of the United States.
Yeah. So, folks, if you'd like to join the conversation, give us a call at 734-822-1600. We'll see you on the other side of the break.